but I want to address something that Carletta said in the beginning of this meeting.
Excuse me, sir.
Commissioner, she stated that this is her meeting. Every person in this room, this is our meeting. I will say that, and I will stand on that, and
at that particular meeting, I asked that it be tabled to another meeting so that the community could come out and speak.
If this is a question of whether they or not they can do public comments, that's a whole nother issue.
So if we can get a majority vote now to hear from these constituents, we should be granted
during
that
the public
opportunity.
comment section.
Yeah. Well, actually, the board can grant permission right now to hear from these people.
But if you choose to do public comments, we can allow them, but they would have 3 minutes each.
And it will be at the end of the meeting. We're going to get through the meeting, and public comments will be at the end of the meeting. So they need to pick a couple of representatives to come up and speak, hopefully for everyone. So we are, I'm sure all of your concerns are similar, but if you can get 3 or 4 people that can speak for the entire group, especially if all of you all live in the same, some of you all probably might live in the same communities, have a representative from each community speak.
To speak for the elders in my community who unfortunately had to leave because you guys moved the public comments to the end of the session, which personally I think is a disservice to them, who it really matters to.
The Confederate flag went down, 50 people or 100 people spoke against me. So
Well,
I think
that was before my time, Commissioner Clemens.
But I think everybody that wants to speak should be allowed to speak. I would like to make a motion that the constituents that are here tonight be allowed to be added to the public comments to speak.
Wait the whole meeting to speak.
Well, this is my meeting, and it's going to be at the end of the meeting as public comments are on the agenda. So you got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
You got a second. All in favor?
You say any discussion. I would just ask that you all not leave.
Sir, you're out of order.
There needs to be a transfer of $200,000 from the county's fund balance to a department to pay for this study.
Why do we need a study to place streetlights in areas that we know we need streetlights?
Of course, that will be certainly a part of the consideration where citizens feel streetlights are needed.
This is what the funds, this is why citizens pay taxes, so that we can light up Henry County. I'm with Commissioner Holmes as far as the $200,000. If we spend $200,000 for a study, how long is it going to take for us to implement it? And I would like to see the funding mechanism go along with it.
Move forward with funding the streetlights on those particular roads. We know which roads need to be lit up. We know which roads are dangerous. We have the data, the accident data for every road in Henry County. So why not just move forward with those specific roads that need to be lit up in our county? We don't need a study for that.
Could you come up with a list in all of the districts that could be fair and equitable without doing the actual study?
I can give it a try. This will be something in addition to the heavy workload that I already have. So if you want me to do it, I can give it a try. Yeah.
Just talk to each commissioner. Each commissioner knows their district. They can tell you exactly what roads need streetlights, and you can move forward with that particular list. It's just that simple.
If the study says that we need streetlights in a certain area, then they should be rated like tier 1, 2, and 3 of what is most high important.
Again, this is something you initiated. I think there is some merit for it. The study could be a first step, and then we decide how to fund for it over time.
Because people know that well-lit areas, and so if it means keeping our citizens safe, then I don't know how we. When is our next splash? Huh? when we're talking about looking at future funding, then this could also as well,
It can't because it's a monthly fee.
but to do the installation.
We don't do it. Georgia Power pays for everything.
Oh, do they? Okay, all right, well, there we go. Okay, so,
Georgia Power also, Chair, tells us where the lights need to go.
do we need a study?
When Georgia-
Lights on dark roads. We can approve street lights tonight as a board. We don't need a study. Everybody knows the roads that are a problem for citizens. We can approve that tonight. I mean, I don't understand why we keep going back and forth with this.
How long is it going to take for the study?
9 months.
And the applicant is requesting a rezoning to C3 for interior self-storage. The subject property can meet the minimum development standards for
the view of the front. Now it will have the CubeSmart or the self-storage indoor air conditioned.
We want to make sure there were the additional trees that we had discussed on the sides of the building.
So
applicant okay with that?
So is that in the
Correct.
condition?
No, ma'am. we can
Okay, so
certainly
it needs to be added to the condition.
Yes.
No, we did not.
Because we don't want the public storage to be so domineering that the office space looks like an afterthought just to meet a demand. That's what
We do not want a road full of storage units, full of U-Hauls.
So how many miles from the other one?
It's probably within a mile.
Within a mile? Yeah.
So this will literally be your last one.
Yeah, but I know that when we did the overlay,
So, but their application was in prior to us
Yes, ma'am.
putting this ordinance in place. Is that
The-
correct?
the application.
So, okay, all right.
More storage units, things that are not necessarily adding value to the community.
So per ZAB recommendation and conditions approved there by staff, I recommend we move forward. And the condition of the screening,
Special conditions on the shrubbery and the trees.
yeah, with the condition of the shrubbery and trees.
Got a motion and a second. There's no further discussion. Those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries.
That I am one of the highest ranking executives in the country regarding self-storage, and I can assure you that that was very reckless to have another self-storage facility added on Jonesboro Road.
I'd really hope that you all would consider what is best for the constituents and listen to what it is that we want, because what we don't want is what seems to be passing.
I understand. Let me run this. Okay, so okay, hold up. Okay, man, Commissioner Clemens, Commissioner Thomas, if you could come and take this over. If you wanna, yeah.
if you're going to make public comments, you would just need to line up and be ready to make your comments. After you make your comments, you can move or leave.
And if it's going to be that long for us to add an additional lane or 2 lanes to that road, we are going to lock people into their communities. Sooner or later, you guys got to come together and vote in your constituents' favor. And it's time for you guys to start looking at what we want.
I took it upon myself to actually go to the one over by Sam's. They're modestly full. The new one that's just been built, it's practically empty. And so when I saw this evening about putting a meeting facility, that's not appealing to me. I don't want to have a business meeting and seeing people hauling things in and out.
Let's build something that we could be proud of in Henry County. I'm tired of driving to Atlanta for entertainment. I'm tired of going to McDonald's Square hoping to find something new in Hampton, hoping to go down to Tanger Outlet and hoping there's a new restaurant open.
I pay over $6,000 in property taxes, but I can't get the respect to have a wider road. Y'all not concerned about our safety. Y'all say that, but actions speak louder than words.
I can't even get a flock camera on this road. You guys speak of lights. Lights work. we keep bringing up Jonesboro, but there are no raised pavement markers or lines on the road out front. You know, when I've been reporting that the lights don't work on our express lanes for 3 years, and now the DOT engineer of Henry County is like, first I've heard of it. No, I've been bringing this up to everybody from the county manager.
To do with the land, that should not be approved. The traffic is so bad, we can't hardly get out of our own subdivision.
I moved here, chose the area for what it was, and now it's becoming something that I am avidly opposed to.
A great county. I love my community, but I'm sorry, this is not what I envisioned. Just other, store. I mean, how many more dollar stores can we put nearby?
We thought this was a beautiful area, a wonderful area, until we realized the traffic was horrendous. It was really it was a turnoff. It made me say, this might have been the wrong choice for us.
We are not growing smartly. Will you be known as the commissioners that turned Henry County into something that we don't know? We are now beginning to turn it into a place where people want to live here, but are they really going to play, and do they really want to live here?